All right, PLC. A little mastery manager training here for the test. I'm giving you an idea of what it is to set up your test online, but then I also want to give you an opportunity to log in as a student so you can see what the exam looks like. And I'll make a separate video for the students so they know how to enter some of their answers they might not be aware of. So, basically, as a teacher, when you go to the assessment, right, you click on it, and to set the online assessment up, you're going to click online, and then you're going to basically see your classes show up. So these are my two honors Math 1 or Math 2 courses. So I highlight those. Now, here's where you can basically determine if you want to set a time limit, if you want to randomize the answers and stuff like that. Completely up to you. Once you check those boxes and you activate the exams, click save, and these codes pop up. The only thing the kids need to know is the code for the test. Once they have the code, so I'm using my academic class as a test run. So I'm going to give you guys this code, the DRX56JV, right? And I'm going to also give each of you an individual ID number if you want to log in and see what the test looks like from the student's perspective. So I'm going to go to, once you're done, basically the kids will log into examlogin.com. They'll click on I have a test code, and they'll enter the test code you give them in this box. They'll click find, and right away it'll ask them for their student ID. So I'm picking someone from my Math 2 class, so 220662, and I click find. I verify that that's me, and I click this is me, and it takes me to the test. Okay, now the first part of the exam is the matching part. And what the matching part does is, if you look, these can be moved around, right? So in order for kids to do the matching, all they have to do is slide these up and down to the one they belong next to. So I know a to the third to the fifth is going to be a to the 15th. So that goes there. This is going to be x to the 1/6, and so on. So like once I feel I have all of these next to the appropriate ones, right? Then all I go ahead and do is click next. Okay? Now this is a gridded response. When I set this up, I set it up so all the answer boxes are the same. Now notice, every question that's gridded response will have the same number of boxes and they'll all look the same, right? So it's not different from question to question. So when a student goes to answer gridded response, right? This is your negative sign, your positive sign, your decimal point, and your fraction bar. It doesn't matter if you go left to right or like basically right to left. What I tell students is, number one, don't fill in all the boxes if they don't need to be filled in, right? So if I know the answer to this, the answer to this is 3/2. So all they have to do is go in here and they can either click the number, right? Or they can go and click the boxes. 3 divided by 2. I've also set it up that if they put 1.5, it would give them the answer also. Some students may find it necessary to put the plus sign, right? So if they do this, I set it up so that Mastery Manager will accept that also. Now notice, I have 2 boxes remaining. I leave them empty, right? Leave them empty. Click next. Okay, so when they get to a problem like this, right, in a gridded response, the answer to this is -1. So they literally just go here and click -1. They leave everything else blank. If they do this, right? If they put -1 here, it will still mark it correct. Okay, I can even put the -1 here, and Mastery Manager will still mark it correct. I always tell the students, go from left to right, and you can't go wrong. All right, so that's the gridded response, okay, and the matching. So multiple choice, no different. Now, once they get towards the end of the exam, right? Once they get to the end of the exam, it'll ask them if they're really finished. Once they click, I am really finished, it tells them here what questions they answered and what questions they didn't. If it has a red X, that means they didn't answer it. They clicked, I am really finished. And now you as a teacher will get the instant results, right, for this exam. All right. So I would create a video for the students using like a mock assessment for them to know how to do the gridded response, the matching, and all that. So keep that in mind.